Grand Theft Auto 5, and that is what this vlog is about. Now, I didn't originally score this, but I will by the end of this vlog. Grand Theft Auto 5, like I said in the post, is very much a successor for Rockstar Games of the Grand Theft Auto series and in general, their games. Uh, I really loved Red Dead Redemption, and I can't wait for the second one that's coming out eventually. I really liked LA Noire, and they're working on that supposedly as well. And apparently, it's also a mix of Max Payne, of which I've really have still no experience with. However, in general, Grand Theft Auto 5 plays really, really nice. Um, they took an older world that they had already made, and they took it again, remade it essentially from the ground up, polished the gameplay and all the mechanics within. And there was a lot of stuff in this game that I really enjoyed. One of them being is the realism. Um, you know, the characters are as probably realistic as they're gonna get. Um, the world mechanics, such as the water, rain, and everything like that, was very well done as well and realistic. Um, Now, this game isn't a 10 out of 10, could never be improved, ever, but it's really good. Um, and those of you that like this kind of game already know that you like this kind of game. Also, that being said, since this game's been out for a while now, um, it still marvels to me. I have it on the PS3, and the way it looks on the PS3 still to me looks how I presumed that PS4 games would look when they first came out, and they kind of do. Not that that's bad. Um, Obviously they're now gotten far more attractive in the graphics, but graphics shouldn't be the end all be all in the gaming industry, and a large group of the fans of gaming tend to make that the most critical point, and it is kind of annoying. Now, in Grand Theft Auto 5, it's still open world. You can still do whatever you want, whenever you want. You can literally never beat the game, ever. In fact, almost all of the Grand Theft Autos are like that. And that's kind of fun, because you can make up your own stories. You can, be perverse and crazy and psychopathic, although they kind of have a character like that in the story. Trevor, he's still my least favorite character. Um, and that's just what that is. Franklin, I like Franklin. He's, a young kid. And by young kid, I mean like someone my age, and just hates where they are in life. And I really can understand that. And then there's, of course, Michael, who is, I guess you would say, is the main protagonist. All three of them are key protagonists, and you switch between the three. And I really like how they did that, the in-game mechanic of when you're not playing as one, if you go and switch over to them, they're doing something else, as you would presume they would be doing actual things when you're not playing as them. Again, with realism, it's very realistic. So it gives me hope for the future of Grand Theft Autos. It gives me hope for the future of Red Dead Redemption 2, LA Noire 2. And if you're into Max Payne's, hopefully you'll get some good core mechanics that they, polished in this game, and you'll see them in that world, and vice versa, because it's been equated to Max Payne, Red Dead, and LA Noire, and I can see the bits that they took from LA Noire and Red Dead and older Grand Theft Autos and see them into what Grand Theft Auto 5 is. It's fun. It really, I like to say that it really is fun, but it really is fun. Cons. Again, in the realms of cons, it's more or less, if this isn't your style of play, if you're not into any kind of games like this, you're not going to enjoy yourself. If you like very strict linear games such as Final Fantasy 13, or at other games, older games that are very linear, you're not going to like this because there's a lot of choice as far as when you do story and when you don't do story. If you're not into the realism, being a criminal, doing any of those kind of things, you already know you're not going to play this game. I'm trying to think of other things. I didn't have many glitches or issues like that as far as on the PS3 goes. There was No, I take that back. There was one part where I was, and this is more of a PS3 problem. I was flying. I don't remember where exactly I was flying, but at a certain point in the draw distance was a little bit lower at a certain point, and I don't know if that was my game, my PS3, or an overall issue. It probably was mine and probably a freak incident. I didn't really see a lot of that in this game. I expected to because they really amped up the graphical nature of this game, and my PS3 is not a newer PS3, but is not one of the first ones. Um, so there's not really. I mean, if you look for glitches in a game, you'll find them. I don't normally go looking for glitches, and I don't normally mention glitches unless they're like a problem. Like with Assassin's Creed, I had some problems with the glitches. They weren't extremely they didn't happen all the time, but when they did, they were annoying, and they typically are. I'm trying to really think of real legit cons, and yeah, I really don't have any major cons. No, it's not the greatest game of all time, but it's a good game. If you like the series, if you like Rockstar Games and their games, which are almost all open world, if I can remember correctly, then you're gonna like it. Uh, there's characters in this that I don't necessarily like, such as Trevor, and that may be the same for you. But if you have the time, if you have the money, I I would pick this up if you can get it for the right price, which for you may be different than for me. I bought it essentially the second day it came out because I was sick. I couldn't get it on the first day. Um, yeah, get it, pick it up, play it, beat it, do it. As far as a score out of 10, I'm gonna give it a. Oh man, it's really hard. I'm gonna give 95 out of 100, a 9.5 out of 10, a you know nine cop stars out of, I think there's only 5 in the game. So yeah, it's really worth playing. So pick it up, Grand Theft Auto 5.